Superman Prime 1 million vs Void Sentry, who is more powerful? Two godlike beings. Two unstoppable forces. One represents the ultimate evolution of hope, while the other embodies the darkest nightmare of unlimited power. Superman Prime 1 million vs Void Sentry, who would truly win this cosmic power battle? Imagine the battlefield. Space itself trembles as golden solar energy collides with living darkness. Stars flicker like candles in a storm. On one side stands a being who spent 15,000 years inside the sun, absorbing limitless power. On the other stands a creature born from the darkest depths of a superhuman mind, a force capable of tearing reality apart. Today, we break down their origins, their powers, their feats, and finally determine the true winner. Origin of Superman Prime 1 million. In the distant future of the DC universe, the legend of Superman does not end. It evolves. Over thousands of years, Clark Kent becomes something far greater than the hero the world once knew. After protecting Earth for centuries, Superman eventually leaves the planet and enters the heart of the sun itself. But this is no ordinary visit. He remains inside the sun for nearly 15,000 years, absorbing unimaginable amounts of solar energy. During that time, his body evolves beyond normal Kryptonian limits. His strength, durability, and energy manipulation grow to levels that even the Justice League of his era barely understands. When he finally emerges, he is no longer simply Superman. He becomes Superman Prime 1 million, a golden cosmic guardian of the future. At this stage, his powers are nearly limitless. His strength is beyond planetary levels. His durability is so immense that time itself barely affects him. He can move through space effortlessly, travel across the galaxy, and manipulate solar energy on a massive scale. But perhaps his greatest advantage is experience. Superman Prime has lived for thousands of years, learning, evolving, and mastering his power. He is not just strong. He is wise, disciplined, and perfectly in control of his abilities. Yet even such power may not be enough when facing something as terrifying as the Void. The dark origin of Void Sentry. Where Superman Prime represents hope, Void Sentry represents the complete opposite. The Void is the dark alter ego of Robert Reynolds, also known as the Sentry in Marvel Comics. When Reynolds gained his powers through an experimental serum, he received the power of 1 million exploding suns. But that power came with a terrible consequence. Alongside the heroic Sentry, another entity was born, the Void. The Void is not simply a villain. It is the physical manifestation of Robert Reynolds' deepest fears, trauma, and destructive instincts. Whenever Sentry loses emotional control, the Void emerges, spreading chaos and devastation. Unlike Sentry, the Void has no morality. No restraint. No hesitation. It exists purely to destroy. When the Void appears, entire cities fall into darkness. Heroes struggle to survive. Even some of Marvel's strongest characters have difficulty stopping it. The Void can reshape matter, manipulate dark energy, regenerate from massive damage, and overwhelm enemies with terrifying cosmic force. And perhaps the most dangerous thing about the Void is this: it is unpredictable. You cannot reason with it. You cannot intimidate it. You can only try to survive it. But could even this living nightmare stand against the evolved power of Superman Prime 1 million? Power, abilities, and cosmic feats. When comparing these two beings, we are dealing with power levels far beyond ordinary superheroes. Superman Prime 1 million possesses unimaginable physical strength. After absorbing solar energy for thousands of years, his body functions like a living star. His durability allows him to survive extreme cosmic environments without effort. His speed allows him to travel across galaxies. But his greatest weapon may be his limitless solar energy reserves. He can unleash devastating solar blasts, manipulate stellar energy, and potentially reshape large portions of space through sheer force. Now compare that to the Void. The Void shares the same power source as the Sentry, the power of 1 million exploding suns. But unlike Sentry, the Void does not hold back. Its attacks are brutal, overwhelming, and destructive on a massive scale. The Void can manipulate shadows, tear through matter, regenerate almost instantly, and unleash massive energy storms capable of devastating entire battlefields. Additionally, the Void possesses an almost supernatural level of psychological warfare. It feeds on fear, chaos, and emotional instability. In many battles, opponents are defeated not just by physical power, but by the sheer terror the Void creates. So now we have a cosmic solar god versus a living nightmare of destruction. But which one actually wins? The battle, Golden Sun versus Living Darkness. Imagine the moment they meet. Superman Prime 1 million floats above a distant star system, glowing with golden solar energy. Across the darkness of space, a shadow begins to spread, the Void approaching like a storm of living night. The Void strikes first. Dark energy explodes across space, twisting the battlefield with chaotic power. Massive tendrils of shadow lash toward Superman Prime. But the Kryptonian does not panic. With calm precision, Superman Prime unleashes waves of solar energy that burn through the Void's darkness. Entire clouds of shadow evaporate under the intensity of his light. The Void regenerates instantly, reshaping itself into monstrous forms and attacking again. The clash becomes violent. Solar blasts collide with dark energy storms. Shockwaves ripple across nearby planets. For a moment, the Void's regeneration gives it the advantage. Every attack from Superman Prime is repaired almost immediately. But Superman Prime has something the Void does not. Endless solar power. With a final surge of energy built over thousands of years, Superman Prime releases a massive solar eruption, a cosmic explosion of pure stellar energy. The darkness begins to break. The Void struggles to reform, but the overwhelming solar radiation destabilizes its form. And slowly, the living darkness begins to collapse. Final result, who is stronger? Both of these characters are among the most powerful beings in their respective universes. The Void is terrifying, destructive, and incredibly difficult to kill due to its regeneration and chaotic power. But Superman Prime 1 million operates on a much higher cosmic scale. His thousands of years of solar evolution, limitless energy reserves, and godlike durability give him a major advantage in sustained combat. While the Void can cause immense destruction, it would eventually be overwhelmed by Superman Prime's massive solar power. Final result, Superman Prime 1 million wins. The Golden Guardian of the future defeats the living darkness. But one question remains. If even the Void could not defeat Superman Prime 1 million, who in the entire multiverse possibly could? Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.